Massachusetts with my favorite crowd. There are empty Narragansett cans all over the ground. And if you hear me, baby, sing with me now, 'cause the world is still spinning around. And I wanna do this for the rest of my life, and I wanna do it with you.
Action.
So we go from a professional TV studio, and
Yes.
now we're balancing an iPhone to film our podcast.
If you could see this MacGyver, it's impressive.
I thought about bringing gum because I knew we were going to have to balance it, and I was like, tape gun? No, that's too much. It balanced fine last time.
Yeah,
And
we're good. Just don't blow on it.
hit the ground hard.
Yeah.
And we're recording over here, right? I don't trust myself today. Or really. Yep, we are rolling. So,
Where are we at? It's March 1st already.
Yeah, and we're getting nailed with snow again tomorrow.
I saw that.
And then again Sunday.
I know. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. And
I think 2 episodes ago you were like, I think we're out of the woods on this one.
Yeah.
I think it's springtime, and whenever someone says
I was
that,
trying to be positive. I didn't want to be Debbie Downer, and but now you look at even the 2-week range, and it's winter for 2 more weeks. It's going to be March. It's going to be St. Patty's Day, and it's going to be,
I'm thinking of setting a live trap outside of that groundhog's hole next year.
That guy's a bozo.
Just hold him.
Bozo. So yeah, it'll be April soon, I guess. But I think March is going to be a frustrating month because I am over it. Like, we've had a couple of those nice days, like we've talked about too, where it's like, let's move on to spring.
Yeah,
Tired of cleaning my dog every single time we go for a walk.
I can't do the cold or the dryness. Like, I'd rather it be hot and humid. Like right now, my face feels like it's like mummified or something. Like if I smile, it's gonna start bleeding.
Crack,
so,
yeah. That's not good. Moisturizer.
And I had Mexico to look forward to for.
Had?
Yes, but
oh, here we go.
We're actually gonna push that off. So I'm thinking maybe fall or winter, but we are going away. But now we're going north, which is the wrong direction.
That makes sense. It makes sense that you're tired of the cold, then you go north.
Yeah, so we're going to our spot that we go to in the summer, but we're going there in the winter when everything's closed.
Okay, perfect.
So
seems like a reasonable idea.
But there's a hot tub there. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you just sit in the hot tub all weekend.
Yeah, so I can recover my sore muscles, my forearms from stick handling. And
yeah, that's right. Rest up, recover.
And you've been doing a lot of trade deadline coverage, or you were doing it.
I did do a day of trade deadline, which was enjoyable, fun. There was actually stuff going on too, which was good. It wasn't crazy, but the Bruins got in at the last second, and talked to Charlie Coyle that day as well. So it was a good day, and the Bruins look great. So it's now getting close to playoff time, which is exciting.
Yeah. So you had that one-on-one, and you said that was your first interview that you've ever had to drive.
Yeah, that was a full court drive by me. So it was certainly much different than anything I've done, and like I said, I was just glad to survive it.
Now, did they throw that on you at the last minute, or was it?
I had a few days. No, I had a few days, so I could
Do you
put
prefer
some questions together. Yeah, for that situation, yeah, because again, I wouldn't know where to I wouldn't think of questions. Obviously, I've answered a million questions.
Yeah,
but, I'm not as creative. I have to. I'm not just on my feet yet. I'm not there.
Yeah, because when I used to do a lot of Facebook Live interviews on a different radio station that I worked for, that I didn't. At first, I wanted to know who it was, and it always bugged me that it would be I didn't know until that day, and then I was like, oh, that kind of works out better, because then I don't overthink it, and then because I overthink everything.
Yeah.
So then, if the first question didn't go how I thought it was going to go, then I'd be thrown off for the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I cannot prep, so I just go
where
it
leads you. No, that's the best way to do it too. So yeah, it was it's been a busy busy week, busy time, obviously, with hockey seasons winding down with the kids and ramping up for the Bruins. So
You just got back from your ski trip too.
went skiing. I guess that was just now. Went skiing. Yeah, last weekend. Wow. Up to Vermont, so it was fun. The kids had a blast, and the adults had some fun too, so it was good. I didn't ski. I sat on the hill all day and
Perfect.
got some work done, and just my wife and I just had coffee and a couple drinks and hung out, so it was ideal. And the kids did ski school, which they love. So
Yes, I saw you post.
there's some good beer there. There's some really good beer up there. So I haven't had any beer since. So that tells you we might have indulged a little bit, but
Your head's still
up in
buzzing?
Stowe, the Alchemist, the Alchemist Brewery got a few visits from
okay.
us, so it was we were only like 5 minutes from it, so it was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't drank in a week because I accidentally had 6 IPAs. I think it's an IPA, the Wachusett Wally.
Okay.
It's just a can of hops. That's all it is.
It's just a can of hangover.
Yeah. Oh my God, my head was buzzing for like 3 days, and I was like, I think I need to go on a little bit of a celery juice cleanse
Take
or
a
something.
cleanse. Yeah, we're cleansing next week here.
Oh, you
My
are?
wife is all in. She's got all the. My sister sent it up, so she's got the grocery list, and we're going Sunday just because we couldn't pull it off this week.
What kind of cleanse is it?
It's intense. It's going to be. It's not just juices. It's like actual like food and stuff too. So
Is it the whole 30?
it won't be the whole 30. No.
No.
It'll be.
My wife does that all the time. I did it once last summer.
Yeah.
I was just irritated the whole
In
time.
the summer is like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never a good time, but the summer.
It was from like June something to like
right through like you went through July 4th.
yeah.
Oh,
That was horrible time. So I didn't even drink on
no
July
wonder
4th.
you didn't enjoy it. That's like do it in February. Do it February. When
Yeah.
it's miserable.
But I feel like that's when I can't like
You
I'm
need
just
comfort food then.
yeah. I need anything to make me happy
There's
just
never-
because
listen, there's never a good time.
that's true. Yeah.
It just isn't a good time.
I'm always trying to like plan like a month or two, like especially after I drink maybe too much. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna not. Well, no, I have that event coming up, and then oh no, I got to do that, and then I'm like,
I know.
what?
And then it's like, oh, it's Tuesday night. That was a long day. I can have one. And it's like,
well, I already had one. Why not 3 more?
yeah, that's right. Nah, I'm good now.
And I'm stressed about tomorrow. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right. I'm not going to sleep unless I have one more.
yeah, and especially whenever I have to do like stand up or something.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a psycho. I'm not going to do it sober. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
have
right.
to have at least one in
Yeah,
me. Like
That's right.
I have terrible social anxiety and public speaking anxiety. So that was a good career choice.
Yeah, that matches up well with what you do.
Yeah. I don't know why I do any of this. Maybe I'm still trying to dissect
Glutton
that.
for punishment.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's like in school, I was always like, I would rather take the F than get up in front of the class and talk and be like, yeah, this is what I kind of half-assed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But now I do that and I go up with my jokes and I'm like, here are my jokes that I kind of half-assed. So,
Roll the dice. Here we go.
but yeah, so how do you feel about I've been doing a lot of radio on WAF lately, and I was on the trade deadline day, the day before and the day of, and I was arguing with all the texts and callers into that radio station. Nobody was happy with the Charlie Coyle trade. Like, I get it, Ryan Donato's a good player, but he wasn't on the like, we added to the roster without taking away from it. And
Yeah.
like, he is a good player. I'm not saying he's not, but I was just wondering how you felt about it.
Yeah, no, I thought I thought they were both great moves. I understand the Ryan Donato blowback just because Bruins fans and Boston citizens are very Boston centric in the fact that, this is a kid who grew up here, played at Harvard. His dad played for the Bruins. Everybody, has a connection with him.
Yeah.
And, they think he's going to be great, which he really might be. 30 years from, or 30, 3 or 4 years from now, it might be, wow, he's getting 30 goals and we don't have Charlie Coyle anymore. But the reality is you can't make deals on that. Don Sweeney, the GM, you can predict a little bit, but this team's really good, and they needed that piece that Charlie adds, and Ryan Donato wasn't going to add it. Certainly this year, he wasn't going to come in and score 15 goals in the playoffs.
No.
He's just not ready for that yet. And so it's a good move for Ryan. He gets to go to Minnesota, and he's going to play more. He's going to have more opportunity. And but yeah, I agree completely in the fact that I think people just kind of got hung up on the fact that Ryan is from here and he's a Boston
But so isn't
guy.
Charlie,
Yeah, but he isn't like a hard. He went and played junior, and his dad didn't play for the Bruins, and it
wasn't his deep roots.
He didn't play in the Bean Pot. It was like just different.
Didn't watch him grow up.
No, and the Bruins didn't draft Charlie, so that's another thing too. It's kind of an unknown thing. So, I don't think it's going to be something that the team regrets in the long range, because you get Charlie again next year, and they're going to be just as good next year as they are this year.
Yeah, I was wondering how much of that had to do with like Teddy and Don Sweeney, maybe like they're former teammates, and like maybe like I don't know how much pull or like I know there's a lot of like political stuff that goes on, but if Teddy was like, hey, Don, if you're not going to use him, maybe send him to like a team like Minnesota where he can work on his NHL level skills. Yeah. And then maybe I'll tell Ryan to come back over here and sign with the Bruins.
Yeah, even though that didn't happen for sure.
No.
No. Teddy would not have called Don at any point. They might have bumped into each other at the Harvard alumni golf tournament, but beyond that, he would stay out of it. And Don wouldn't make a deal at this point with this team just to help someone out. So,
I was listening to too much sports talk right now.
Yeah. That's a big conspiracy. That's a serious conspiracy.
That's like a Bill Belichick sending
like deep stuff. No, it was just as simple as Minnesota wanted Ryan, Bruins wanted Charlie, and let's make a deal. We can make this happen. So, that's the extent of it for sure. I think it's more a matter of I don't necessarily know Ryan was going to fit in with the way Bruce Cassidy plays and what he wants. He had he did have a lot of opportunities for a young guy.
Yeah,
to score goals here, and he had. I know he didn't. People were saying, "Oh, he didn't play on the first line," but he wasn't gonna fit in with Marchand and Bergeron ever.
Yeah,
it doesn't fit. He's not. He just doesn't. That wasn't ever gonna work. It was more they wanted him to play with Krejci and score goals, and he just wasn't able to do that. And you don't get. It's pro hockey. You get a couple chances, but at some point those wear out.
Yeah, and then we also picked up
Johansson. He's going to be good. He's going to be really good. I think he's going to fit in perfect. He's a great secondary scorer. I think he went to New Jersey and they wanted him to be the guy or more of the guy, and I don't think he has that in him. But
did he go to New Jersey this year?
No, he's been there a few years.
Oh,
he signed there from Washington, where he was awesome. He was very good in Washington as that secondary scorer. So he's got a lot of skill, and he should line up real well with Krejci. And they're going to, again, that secondary scoring was huge. To be able to get that second line, third line, and then obviously the fourth line's been great all year. There's no need to change those. So they're rocking and rolling.
Yeah. And obviously the storyline that like you covered on Nesson with it's like it's a good storyline that like not a good one, but Marchand elbowing him, and you were saying that like obviously Marshy's gonna like they're gonna make up immediately. They're teammates now.
Yeah.
And like I remember I forget where I was. Someone asked Sean Thornton and Steve Beijing to autograph, and it was like they both had each other's fists, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that was a good fight." And I think it's just funny that like that can happen, and like because I remember when I would play youth hockey, and someone would do something to me, and I'm still mad at them. I don't know what they look like now because they're 27, but
if I see them,
But is it ever awkward, like if someone comes in and like they've had a history?
No, not really. It's a little. It can be awkward, but someone breaks that ice way before it can get to the point of being awkward. I mean, again, I know, I knew Brad was going to call him first. That's just the obvious one. And then I promise when they showed up in the room and we're sitting in the room together, somebody cracked something, whoever the guy is that makes those kinds of jokes in the room, and every team has that guy. He definitely said something about, about the incident, just for everyone to laugh and joke it off, and then they'd go back and forth for a few minutes and
but Marshy's such
call
a
each other idiots, and like jokingly, and it'd be done. So, I played on a few teams that had the same kind of instances, and it always went away pretty quickly.
Yeah, because I remember
they'll go to chip shots and have a few beers and play around the golf, and that's it.
Well, hopefully no golf too soon. So that's but
chip shots.
At chip, so
play around there.
Yeah, but keep it healthy.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Eat some salad, some pasta.
I'm sure they will. Yeah,
Carbo load. But yeah, Marshy's such an awesome guy anyway, and he's hilarious. And I remember for the show I was working on, I would do like this stupid I hated doing it, but this stupid like questionnaire thing, and I'd like ask like an obvious answered question and then give like two ridiculous options, and then you played it one time when you came in the studio, and he like on purpose was giving like the most ridiculous answer, and I was like, I don't
yeah.
Okay.
Where am I going with this?
I don't think anybody won the Bruins tickets, but
yeah. That's awesome. Yep.
But
the agitator, always pushing buttons and limits.
Yeah,
that's what he does. That's what he does.
How was the Kinks?
Kooks.
The Kooks.
Awesome.
Is the Kings a band?
Kings of Leon are a band. I'm sure it sounds like a band. The Kings,
it must be
somewhere, but I don't know them. Kooks was awesome.
Where was that?
Orpheum Theater is an awesome venue, and Kooks have been on. They've come here a few times, and I missed them once, and they canceled once, and so it's been back and forth. So, good British band that we like a lot. So, it was nice to go to a show too. I haven't been to a show, and at least like a show like that. We went to Fenway a couple times last summer, but it's definitely not the same vibe as
stadium.
Yeah, and it's the Fenway thing. A lot of people are there just because it's Fenway and they want to be there, and they don't necessarily love the music. Where you go to the Orpheum, everyone knows the songs and they love it, and so it was a cool energy. It was fun.
Yeah, the stadium ones I don't really like. In high school, I was a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan.
Yeah,
and then they came to the Garden, and I went to go see them, and I was like, they're way over there, and it's
Yeah, it's different when we have the bigger stadium / football stadiums. That's even another animal. But yeah, so it was a good show, and we had a fun night out.
I never heard of them. What?
Yeah, I'm not going to sing any other songs, but they're there. You can find them pretty easily. I mean, they've got 5 albums now, and it's like indie. They're indie,
oh, okay.
So they're on like the indie streaming, Pandora. All that is the Kooks, and like Modest Mouse, like that kind of genre. I'm trying to think what else would be. Like the Shins are another one of our favorite bands that would probably line up there.
I know the Shins.
Yeah,
I forget why.
They had like songs and movies that were big, but anyways,
probably Michael Cera movies, right?
Yeah, something. Yeah. No, not that far down, but
not
like
that indie.
What's the one that was? I'm not going to get it right off. It's in New Jersey, something about Jersey or something. But anyways, so yeah, great. And that's another night out. So it's been, like I said, we've been busy just doing stuff like that. It's been fun.
I can't do concerts anymore. Like I'll go to. We have 2 concerts we go to every year. We'll miss the Dropkicks this year, but we always go to the Dropkicks. And then there's a guy, Frank Turner, that we always go see. He's British. Okay. But other than that, I can't do. Being that close to other people.
Yeah.
Like we just went. My wife's favorite band called Saves the Day. Okay. And I'd never heard of them, but I knew she loved them, and they came around for the first time in like 10 years. Yeah. That one was okay. That one was at the Paramount? I don't know. Yeah, something like that. And it was a P name. Yeah. In Brighton.
Paradise.
Thank you.
Yeah, Paradise.
Yeah. And then the one other concert that I went to before that, I was so angry the whole time I was there. It was Elvis Duran. No, that's a radio guy. Elvis Costello.
Oh, okay, like old school Elvis Costello.
Yeah, that we went with my wife and her parents. And
Okay. Yeah, that'd be quite the crowd.
it was a little hot. It was at the Orpheum.
Yeah.
And I hate that place
In
now.
the summer?
No, it was in the winter.
Oh, okay. And it was still hot.
Oh my God. I had to go out to the bathroom just to like,
Really?
all right,
Huh?
I'll go back in.
Gotcha.
And it was just simply too long. Like, play your hits.
Yeah, get out of here. No more talking.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
God. I was so annoyed. And like, if you do an encore, you do 2 or 3 songs. Do your hits and then get out. We were waiting for one song, and I was kind of looking at everybody like, as
The
soon as he
last
plays it,
one.
can we go?
Yeah.
It was
Of course, it was the last one.
an hour-long encore.
Oh, brutal. Yeah,
But
it's a tough beat. Tough beat.
and then shout out to it's been a rough week for comedy. One of my favorite comedians ended up passing away.
That's so good.
Yeah, not to be a bummer, but I just felt like I had to give him a shout out. Brody Stevens.
Okay.
He have you ever heard him? Probably
No.
not. You kind of have to like know him to know him, but
Okay.
he had a show on HBO and Comedy Central, and he's like one of those comedians that didn't really have, like, you have like, do you know Mitch Hedberg?
No, I don't know.
No. But there's like some comedians that like, you have the old, like what I do, the standard like comedian act.
Yeah.
But he didn't really have jokes. He just like listed things that were like credits, but it was just like, I shop at Trader Joe's.
And it was funny?
Yeah, it was just hilarious.
Okay.
And one of the best comedy sets I ever saw was Brody Stevens I saw him a few times when I was out in LA, but he came to Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Probably the second, the best comedy set I've ever seen is Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother,
Okay.
at the Laugh Factory on Sunset, is the best comedy set I've ever seen, where I was like, is this real life? Like,
Yeah.
it was like almost like the energy in the room that Brody had, and like that set out in LA, it was kind of like a Bruins comeback, like Toronto Game 7, like
Okay.
where you're kind of like, is the building vibrating right now?
Yeah,
It was like that kind of energy, and it was just, oh man. But yeah, just wanted to shout out Brody Stevens.
Yeah,
And
sad. Too
Not
bad.
to bring the mood down,
Yeah.
but so we got the Bruins beat Tampa Bay last
Yes.
night. Everyone is like, oh, that's good looks for the playoffs, but
Yeah.
I don't care about that, because playoffs don't matter. Like, you can sweep a season series and then you get knocked out in 4 games in the playoffs. But
Yeah. No, I mean, we're still 6 weeks away from playoffs, 20 games. There's injuries. There's lots of variables still in play here. And then the first round's one animal, the second round's another. I mean, they're going to have a tough matchup against Toronto in the first round that they're certainly not going to look past and look at Tampa. But they haven't lost in the month of, or they didn't lose in 16 games, which covered all of February, and they're as good as anyone else. So that's basically, again, that's all you can ask come day one of the playoffs, is that if you're as good as anybody in the playoffs, or at least very close, then you have a chance. And then you throw it all down the toilet after game one, because someone's going to get punched in the mouth, and you see how they respond. So long way from a Stanley Cup parade again, but there isn't a reason for anyone that's a Bruins fan to be less excited than any other fan in the league. And really, at the end of the day, that's all you can ask. I mean, there's going to be upsets in the first round. There's going to be teams knocked out that you thought were going to go to the finals, and or thought you were going to go to the second round, and that's just the way the playoffs work. But if you're a Bruins fan, you've got to be as happy as anyone else in the league is.
I'm kind of
That's all I
hoping
can
that happens with, as far as upsets go, that happens with Tampa, because they're the only ones that I'm kind of like,
No, they have horses. I mean, Bruins beat up on them pretty good last night. They played 3 games in 4 nights. They've been on the road. They had their backup goalie. So the Bruins needed to beat the brakes off them last night and kind of just to set the tone. You didn't want them to lose that game 2-1. That's a bad loss, or just squeak one out 2-1. So, for Tampa, they're not worried about that game. For the Bruins, it was a game they had to win. But yeah, Tampa's a wagon. They're one of the best teams ever, statistic wise, regular season wise. So
they already have like 5,000 points this season.
Yeah, exactly. They've basically lapped everybody.
That's what happens when your head coach looks like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and that on top of all that, their playoff experience, their playoff wounded. They've been in the finals, most of those guys, so they know what it takes to win. On top of that, it's not just they came out of nowhere and let's see what they do in the playoffs, which is kind of what we say about Toronto. So that's a positive for Tampa in the fact that I don't think the playoffs are going to sneak up on them and they're going to lose in the first round.
No, but that's what I'm hoping for.
But we can hope. Yeah, certainly hope. But if anyone knocks Tampa off, you're going to be like, wow, you don't want to play those guys either.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Playoffs are crazy. It's so much fun.
I love it. Yeah. Even though it takes a toll physically on me.
Yeah, it does. You're up all night.
Psycho. Maybe not this year, but I don't know. It's I get nuts, but it's almost spring. Pretty soon it'll be pollen. We'll be doing the podcast and not being able to talk.
Yeah, just be sneezing the whole time. My eyes will be swollen shut.
But so you want to go hit up Chip Shots?
Yeah, Chip Shots it is. Lunch it is. Yeah.
Awesome. It's worth the hour drive. But
that's it.
But
it is.
Just thanks to our sponsor, Chip Shots Pub on Air Road in Littleton, right next to Littleton Road in Air.
I love that. It's so New England.
And go down, check out their golf. I'll be going down to film a video of awesome. So we'll I'll probably hurt myself, but it's
perfect.
I think I was telling you one time that I still don't really know which way I'm supposed to swing. Like I'm lefty in hockey and I bat
righty.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's the whole like putting your finger in the paint. I don't know. Apparently, it's not my sport. But
yeah, it might not. If you don't know which way you shoot, it might not be your thing. But you still have to go up there and beat the balls around.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Don't break anything.
I won't. Maybe you'll come down. And,
I'd love to
show the.
I'm not going to give any lessons, but I'll whack a few into the.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll buy you a.
I want some wings too.
There you go.
Wings right now. I've been craving wings.
Where's there good wings around here?
I don't know. I mean, you can go to Newton. Buffs.
Newton. Oh yeah,
that's like the famous one.
Everyone always tells me Buffs, but I remember I was supposed to meet someone there once, and I could not find it, and I never ended up.
Yeah. It's like hard to park there. It's right on the. I don't know. I think that's Washington, like right beside the Pike. So when you get off the Newton. The Circle, which is crazy all the time, Newton Watertown.
Yeah.
It's right there, and it is pretty indescript.
Yeah, I want some wings now, too.
Yeah, I'm craving wings.
There's a place in Natick, in like some plaza. It's called like the Sky Box or something. It's attached
those are good. Those ones are good.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah. Right beside Total Wine. I was gonna say that was gonna be my next one.
Oh, that looks like it would have good wings.
They do have good wings.
I've never seen the inside, but just like the sign when I'm going to Total Wine.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh god, that looks like they have a good club sandwich or something.
They're good. They have both of those things are good. So there you go.
All right. Well, we just gave a bunch of other places shout-outs.
Yeah, that's right.
But mainly Chip Shots.
But I'm going to Chip Shots.
ChipShotsPub.com and at Andrew Raycroft on Twitter.
Yes.
At Andrew Raycroft1 on Instagram.
Yes.
And I think you now have more followers than me on Twitter. You just skyrocketed by me.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
You're like closing in on 1K.
I feel like it's like, it's such an, I guess you just, once you get a few, then it gets exponentially bigger, I guess. That's just a numbers game, I suppose. I haven't.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe like
It helps being on Nesson.
Nesson retweeting or like Billy Jaffe and then
Yeah, and then
other
all of a
Bruins
sudden
fans.
it's
They're like,
okay, yeah,
oh, Andrew Raycroft, there he is.
yeah. So I guess that's kind of happened this week, but I'm trying to say I got now the pressure's on. I got to like say something smart.
There you go. Yeah, I feel like I saw someone tweet at you like, why don't you have a blue check mark? And you're like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. I've gotten like 4 tweets like explaining it to me now too, which is really comical. Yeah, so people are helping.
I think
out.
they kind of closed the door on doing
That's
that.
exactly what someone sent to me last night.
So funny that I forgot I even applied for it on Instagram.
Okay, so you have to apply for it?
I don't know
like
how it works
passport?
on Twitter. There was a lot of weird things that when I was trying to do it for a different radio station,
Yeah.
they like you to have that. So their
Yeah.
like personalities like mean something, I guess,
Yeah,
on
of course.
social.
Yeah.
And it was something like you had to follow the Twitter verified page. You had to tweet at them. It was like a scavenger hunt. And I was like,
Gotcha.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Too much time.
And then I think no one's getting them for a while. I don't know why.
Okay.
But as soon as I saw that tweet, I got a notification on Instagram and it said, sorry, we can't we can't verify your page. We don't know who you are. And I was like, all right. Or something like, you're not Googled enough. I was like, okay.
Awesome.
Got to get my wife on Googling me when I'm not home. Google.
Yeah,
just keep
that's it.
hitting enter.
I need 1,000. That's awesome.
All right. So we will see you next week. Yeah, I'll talk to you off the air about
Okay.
this.
Perfect.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.